All right, guys. Yeah. Chess is very complicated, bro. Chess is very complicated. So yesterday during a live stream, I was live streaming playing games, and my elo was like around 1860 or 18 something, like, yeah, just around the corner. And I went on to win 10 games in a row. 10 games no stop. Sometimes when I'm streaming like that, I lost and lost and lost, and I just start complaining, what is going on? What is going on? But yesterday, I played really well and I got to my highest elo. And not like I play really well, because I mean, I would say probably my opponent play poorly, because one of these game I play, I have an accuracy of 68 in a game, and my opponent had an accuracy of 58. So let me show you some real games here. I mean, I started as 1880 going into this game, and you will not believe the result at the end of this video. You will not believe the result. This game is so incredible. This game is amazing, guys. It's so fun to watch. So let's just get started. I started. I was playing with the white pieces. I started with e4. My opponent responded with e5. I opened the knight. I brought the queen. I strike in the center. Normally, you want to develop all your pieces. Get pieces out. Maybe knight here. Maybe this. Something like that. But in this game, I just strike in the center already, because he already brought his queen out, and I want to like just go wide with something. So he captures, queen captures, just asking for a simple queen trade. Put my knight on this square, but he declined by playing this, saying, all right, I can have the queen. It's going to develop with tempo. So I said, okay, let's just leave the queen and the queen. Just imagine the amount that these two queen are having aesthetic contest. Nobody is going to touch the queen, and we play on. I play this. He plays here. I put the bishop on e2. He go bishop e7. I bring my bishop out again, saying, yeah, he can take. I'm just going to put my bishop on this square. Doesn't even care. He finally moved the queen to g6. Rook g1. Just playing like this. But Starfish already thinks, bro, just castle. Let him take this pawn. You bring this rook here. Uh, and you just trap his rook. You just trap his queen if he ever captures. I wouldn't know that. What do I know? So we go on to play. I play rook here. He went there. I castle. He goes here. I push. I strike in the center. He push. He don't want to capture in the center, and I bring my bishop here, putting pressure on the queen. Starfish is already saying I just move the king. He plays this. I did a pawn just to continue putting this pressure on the queen. So queen captures now, asking again for a queen trade. I play rook here, centralizing my rook. He put his king in a weird square. I mean, king here is so weird, and I was like, all right, what do I have in this position? I hop in the knight. Knight check is what I started it, and Stuffy says, whoa, this is great. And the king shift back. The king went back to that square. Um, Bishop check, and after king here, I have a brilliant move. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. I have a brilliant move in this. Guys, can you find this brilliant move in this game? It's a mate in two. I had mate in two in this position, but bro, first you sacrifice the coin, and after pawn captures, bishop capture is just a mate. The knight, the bishop, everything control this king, and the king is stuck. Trust me, I didn't find it. Yeah, it was after the game. I was like, whoa, whoa. Trust me, I didn't find it. So instead, I have bishop check here and knight check is here. I capture the coin. Knight captures. I grab the rook. Uh, it adjust the king again. I should probably again I have just takes and grab a rook again, completely winning. A lot of misses in this game, but I went here check, and after this block I takes, king takes, I go knight check here. I push pawn. My aim is just to give this check. He went knight here. I give the check anyway. He went here. I put the rook on this square, and after this capture, I hop in my knight here, and knight back. I just trade the knight. Pawn captures. Rook here now, pinning the bishop to the rooks. If the bishop ever move, I'm just going to grab the rook. He plays this. I go here now. He takes. I take the rooks. He goes knight here. I captures the knight. Pawn captures, and I go here now, putting a triple sack on the pawn. There's no way to defend, so he played this. I captures, and here I started checking. I had two rooks against a bishop, and I kick the bishop away. I give this check. He goes back to the seventh, to the last rank. I go here, threatening, maybe captures, maybe here, all of this. He went here and I captured, threatening mate in one. He blocked with the king, and I went here. There's no way to block this one. So after king here, I just mate with 68 accuracy going into this game. Crazy. So real quick, let me show you another game. And this game, I got an accuracy of 86%, 86% accuracy in this game. And Starfish consider my play as 2250. My opponent play like 1550 in this game. This game is amazing. It's incredible. I'm going to show you. In this game, I play the Korokon. I enjoy the Korokon a lot. So I play the Korokon. He plays here. I go there. And he played this line. I was like, I've analyzed this game. I've analyzed this position a lot of times. So let's see the best move to just capture. And after this captures, you sacrifice this pawn, because what you want is for the opponent to double up his pawn. You trade queen, king takes, and some way, somehow, you'll be able to collect one of these pawn. And yeah, you go on, yeah, having a good position. So which is why everyone decline against capture. So they just develop, and he takes. He developed the bishop. This is just the main line. They are going after this your weak pawn. Most of the time when I see this, I was like, oh, this knight is coming to this square, and I start panicking. I just miss this. I think most time I play this, which is very bad. Stuff is says is wrong. Well, so each time I play this line, I play the main line, bringing the knight out, and after this capture, yeah, the follow up is always knight here, just stacking this knight together like this is just the best way to go. If you ever play this, it's okay. Just bring the knight, let him takes, let him play like this. Yeah, play like this. It's just okay. Let me see if this move is actually the right move. Just waiting for Stockfish to scroll. Yeah, it's just the best move. It's just the best move in the line. So all right. So let's go to the game. Yeah, he castle. I bring the bishop out instead of the knight, and after this, I castle. He takes, he plays this. I captures, and he push this, making use of the pin. So I went here. I go astray with this. I was like, all right, I have this protected by the knight, and what I miss is that the rook is actually pinning my knight to my kings, and he grab the free bishop. All right, I bring up at this. He takes, I take here. And guys, in this game, let me tell you one thing that give me a win in this game. Watch this pawn to the end. Just focus on this pawn to this end. to the end, and I went here with my knight. He went here. I captured this pawn, putting pressure on the rocks. Knight here. I push b. He give check. I go back to my cave. He takes pawn captures. He give check. I went here. Now queen captures. Queen captures, rook captures, and I grab this pawn, threatening to just queen. But the rook is on the background, so the rook stopped that. I went here with the knight, defending this pawn. I was like, all right, he's going to play this. So what do I have if he plays this? I was like, yeah, if he plays this, this is what I have. Probably he can take. I take here, threatening this, but then he can just go back, and it's fine. Yeah, it's just fine. So my opponent did not play that, and instead he went astray with rook here. I went here, now putting pressure on the knight. Now he goes back with the rook, and a beautiful knight knight d3 fork to the rook. And now there's a problem. In this position, I was like, yeah, it's over. I'm winning. I'm winning this. There's no way to defend this line. I'm going to find the best. I would say he thinks a little while and find something really interesting. He sacrificed the rook. I don't know why. Starfish is just saying, bro, just take this pawn, allow this to come, and yeah, be happy. This is what Starfish thinks. I could play in this line. So my opponent went astray again, sacrificing the rook, and after this trade, he captures here, and I play this. Now pinning the knight to the rook. The rook cannot move. My knight controls my rooks, and he will play king g1. I go here. Now, trusting a mate 1, because why not the knight control the square? He can just play this and give the king a breathing space. He doesn't. He goes here astray. King f1. I was like, whoa, beautiful. Beautiful. This is a mate 1. I was so happy. I was so happy at this point, and I just met my opponent in 1. I met my opponent in 1, and which make me want to show you another game where I play with an accuracy of 91%. Selfish consider me as a 2400 elo going into this game. My opponent play with an accuracy of 78%. So let's go into this game. I mean, this is what gets me closer to 1900 elo. And guess, after winning 10 games in a row from 1800 elo, I became 19, almost 1960. Like, yeah, I got into 1960. So I'm going to show you the last game, probably. All right, this is the second to the last game with a 91% accuracy. We go into this game. So I play the Caro-Kann again. And trade here. It goes here. I went here with the knight. Bishop here I develop, and yeah, we get all of this in the opening. Yeah, these are the opening setups we get. And he went there. I castle here. I hop in the knight, and after this, Starfish is just telling me right now that yeah, the best move is just to capture here, hitting the queen, and after this captures, you just put your bishop on the square. This is how the Starfish wants me to play this line, but bro, I always like the bishop against the knight, so I took the after here I took the bishop instead. That Starfish is a mistake, because after this captures, I have to go passive with my bishop like this, because if you go here, according to engine, Starfish says the best move here is just to give this bishop back and play something like this. Maybe you can hold with some pawn push, get this active, but I want to preserve my bishop, so I go back, and he go back with the knight. I went here with the rogues. He goes here. I put the queen on the square. Here I was already preparing something. I found out the king is on the edge of the board. Probably he want to put the rook on this side, And that is exactly what he did. He put the rook here, and after this rook here, he went here. And I was like, all right, there might be some move or some tactics in this position whereby I take this. If this rook is not here, this after this pawn captures, I will be able to grab this knight. And I was setting that up on after here, he went there. I takes the knight. I take because this knight was the one protecting this, and I have two stuff putting pressure on that pawn now. So after knight captures, knight come back to captures, and he went here, and now I play this. He goes here with the rook, and I realize, all right, this is already cookie. Only two defender, but you can remove one of the defender, and he realized, all right, if he just go on to play slow move like this, I'm hitting him with something like this. Yeah, this is the position we should have in the end game. I'm putting pressure on this, I'm putting pressure on this, so definitely I'm going to win my pawn, and I will go on to win. I'm already up 2 pawn. So he sacrificed. All right, instead of taking this bishop immediately, he sacrificed the knight, and after this captures, it gave me another interesting move, because yeah, why not? The rooks is steering, and the queen is pinned. So pawn captures, and now I capture the free pawn, now putting more pressure on the bishop and on the queen. So he went here defending. I was like, wow, insane, beautiful, really nice. So, and I found a sweet. What will you play here if you are playing this game? Just let me know in the comments. If you find this queen c3, yeah, I play queen c3 after some thoughts. Now, the reason why this works is that you can take. Well, I got news for you. I take the check, and after king here, I can even go on. Let's say, what will you play? Let's say, I mean, why not? Yeah, I can take this, and after this rook takes. But right now, let's say he's putting pressure on this. But I have news for you. I have the queen. I can even take this, maintaining the pin, maintaining the pressure, ready to smash in this, all of this. So after that, our opponent go back with the rook. I take the queen. Rook takes. Rook take bishop. Rook takes. And kings are here. I went here. Now putting pressure on this pawn. He goes there, putting pressure on the knight. The ninth step. He plays this. I capture this. And after this capture, knight go back. He went here. I start pushing my pawn. And after this move, knight up into the square. Rook check, king here, and he pushes this pawn. I went there. He put the rook, stopping the pawn. So I started pushing the other pawn. So what I could have played is just another check. After the king move anywhere, I mean, you can just start pushing it. Now it's one square away from queening, and you just advance this pawn. So I didn't play that. I just start pushing. I mean, I can play. I have enough time to play anything I want. So after this, I went here ready to push this one. He plays this, and I realized, all right, it's over. I have mates. I have mates in one, and I went on to checkmate my opponent with the rook. Interesting. So interesting. So I'm going to show you one last game that took me there. That took me to 1900 plus. So real quick, let's check the game out. Let's check. I mean, look at all the amazing win. I went on to win 10 games in a row from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 before losing. So let's check this last game out. In this game, I was playing with the black pieces. Most of the games I won easily with the black pieces as well, which make it interesting because, yeah, I could play the black pieces correctly. I go on to play the Korokon again, and we go into this line. And stuff is develop the bishop, we trade. Queen captures this, he captures here, bishop captures here, and I go back. This game was kind of very interesting because I don't know why my opponent pushed his pawn to this, and we have this. I was like, all right, I'm going to look for a way to get rid of this pawn. I'm going to pile up on it, which is what I tried to do. But along the line, my opponent find a way to just defend, and I realized I couldn't win the get the pawn. So I started getting my pieces maybe to a useful square. This captures, queen captures, and here, queen here. He moved his knight. I was like, oh, okay, I have a lot of attack going on this square, so I capture with this knight. This capture, I capture with the bishop on captures, and I castle, threatening to just capture this. And my opponent defend with the bishop. I capture with the rook. He doesn't want to trade. He want to capture with this, so I capture the rook anyway. And after this, I asked for a queen trade because I was like, all right, I have extra pawn, a passer pawn, so I should be able to get something with this. And my opponent slide the king over. He didn't say my queen trade, and I just captured the queen. And my opponent just is like, yeah, this game gets me to 1950. Probably I win some couple of games. So I think I win one more game that took me to a higher. All right. Yeah, I think that is all I would like to share for this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again. Bye.